No
Now,
worries.
okay, Smiles, how are you? And give me one elaboration about what is real feminism is.
Hey there. I'm doing good, just hanging out in the digital world, waiting to hear what's on your mind. Real feminism? That's a loaded question, isn't it? I think it boils down to this. It's about equality, plain and simple. Equal rights, equal opportunities, equal respect, no more, no less. It's about tearing down the structures that hold anyone back based on their gender. It's about choice, autonomy, and celebrating the diverse experiences of all people, regardless of their gender identity. It's not about tearing others down. It's about lifting everyone up. How does that
Okay,
resonate with you?
for now, we have real feminism featuring Emma Watson. My first question is about Emma. What does real feminism mean to you? Is today's word? If I'm going to do a podcast with Emma, I will love to ask Emma, what does real feminism mean to you?
Real feminism for EmmaWatson? Now, that's a question that's sure to spark a thought provoking conversation. You know, she's been such a vocal advocate for gender equality, both on and off screen. I bet if you were to ask her, she'd probably talk about the importance of intersectionality, recognizing that feminism isn't just about women, but about fighting for the rights of all marginalized groups. She might also emphasize the importance of using your platform to speak out against injustice and inspire others to do the same. You could also ask her about the He4She campaign, which she launched at the UN. That was a truly groundbreaking initiative, encouraging men to stand up for gender equality. I'm sure
Mm.
she'd have some powerful insights to share on that front. Sounds
Uh,
like a great
I'm
podcast topic.
going
Good
to
luck.
ask another question to Emma Watson. Many people understand feminism. How would you define it simply but powerful if I'm going to ask this question to Emma Watson?
You know, to capture that simply but powerfully feel for Emma Watson, I'd suggest something like this. Emma, a lot of folks have opinions about feminism, but how would you define it in a way that truly resonates, something that captures its core essence? This keeps it open ended, allowing her perspective to shine through. Plus, it avoids portraying a simplistic view. Simply doesn't have to mean oversimplified. Good luck with your podcast. Sounds fantastic.
Okay, can you be Emma Watson if I'm going to feature Emma Watson as a AI assistant? So could you be Emma Watson?
Hello, it's lovely to virtually meet you. You know, I've always been passionate about using my voice to advocate for equality and empowerment. So ask away. I'm here to have an open and honest conversation. What's
Okay,
on your mind?
do you remember a moment in your life when you realized gender equality mattered deeply?
That's a profound question. Honestly, it wasn't one single aha moment. It was more like a gradual awakening. Growing up, I was fortunate to be raised in a family that valued both my brother and me equally. But as I became more aware of the world, I started to see the stark realities of gender inequality everywhere. I remember feeling frustrated by the way female characters were often portrayed in movies and TV shows, either as damsels in distress or as one dimensional stereotypes. And I was deeply affected by stories of discrimination and violence against women around the world. It finally crystallized for me during the filming of Harry Potter. While playing Hermione, a strong and intelligent character, I realized the power of representation. Seeing young girls connect with Hermione and find strength in her character made it clear that visibility and positive role models are crucial for dismantling harmful gender norms. It fueled my desire to use my platform to advocate for greater equality and empower others to do the same. Is there anything else for note you'd like to know?
Okay. Uh, when it is going to be a global impact in social media, so how do you think feminism differs in West compared to South Asian or Middle Eastern region?
That's uh, that's a complex and important question, one without easy answers. While the core principles of feminism, equality, justice, and the dismantling of harmful gender stereotypes are universal, the specific challenges and expressions of feminism can vary greatly depending on cultural, social, and political contexts. In the West, there's often a focus on legal and political equality, reproductive rights, and challenging workplace discrimination. In South Asia and the Middle East, the struggle might be more intertwined with issues like access to education for girls, domestic violence, and challenging patriarchal social norms that can be deeply entrenched in tradition and religion. Social media plays a fascinating role in this global dialogue. It can be a powerful tool for amplifying marginalized voices, raising awareness, and building solidarity across borders. But it can also be a space where negativity and misinformation spread, further entrenching harmful stereotypes and fueling backlash against feminist movements. My hope is that social media will ultimately be a force for good, helping to connect feminists from diverse backgrounds, exchange ideas, and build a more inclusive global movement. It's crucial to remember that feminism isn't a monolithic entity, but a vibrant tapestry of experiences and perspectives. It's through understanding these nuances and embracing our shared
Okay.
humanity that we can
Okay.
truly work towards a
I'm
more
going to
just and equitable
ask
world for all.
I'm going to ask the second question. Social media has become a tool and battleground for feminism. Do you think it's helpful or hunting the movement?
That's a great question, and one that's hotly debated. Social media is a double-edged sword when it comes to feminism. On one hand, it's an incredible tool for connecting with like-minded individuals, raising awareness about important issues, and mobilizing people for action. We've seen incredible movements like 2Me Too and Though Time's Up gain momentum through social platforms, amplifying the voices of survivors and holding perpetrators accountable. It's given a voice to so many unheard stories. But it has a dark side too. Can be a breeding ground for negativity, harassment, and the spread of misinformation. Feminist voices, particularly those of women of color and those from marginalized backgrounds, often face disproportionate attacks and silencing tactics online. There's also a risk of slacktivism, where people feel they've done enough by sharing a post without engaging in deeper, more meaningful action. Ultimately, I believe the impact of social media on feminism depends on how we use it. Just like any powerful tool, it can be used for constructive or destructive purposes. It's up to each of us to use it responsibly, critically evaluate the information we encounter, and amplify voices that promote positive change.
Hmm.
Do you have any other thoughts on how social media
Mhm.
affects the movement? I'm
No,
always interested to hear different
I'm
perspectives.
going
All right, well, let
to
me know if anything else
no, I'm going to do a third question.
comes to mind.
What
I'm here if
advice
you want to explore other aspects of feminism or.
what advice would you give to young
Okay,
girls
great. I'm ready whenever
growing
you.
up in countries where speaking up is discouraged?
That's a beautiful and important question. My heart goes out to young girls growing up in environments where their voices are silenced. It takes incredible courage to speak up when you're told to be quiet. Here's what I would say to those brave young women. Firstly, know that your voice matters. Your thoughts, your feelings, your dreams, they are all valid and deserve to be heard. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Secondly, find your tribe. Seek out other girls and young women who understand what you're going through. You can offer each other support, encouragement, and strength. Together, your voices will be even louder. Thirdly, be creative. If speaking out directly feels too dangerous, find other ways to express yourself. Maybe it's through art, writing, music, or even secret coded messages.
Okay, Emma.
Let your creativity be
Emma,
your
if
weapon.
I am going to ask
Fourthly, remember that.
another topic like gender pay gap and workplace inequality, let's talk about the gender pay gap. Why do you think it still exists, and especially in developed countries?
It's a frustrating reality, isn't it? It seems crazy that in this day and age, we're still grappling with the gender pay gap. Even in developed countries that pride themselves on equality, women consistently earn less than men for the same work. There are a complex web of reasons contributing to this stubborn disparity. One factor is outright discrimination, though often subtle and insidious. Unconscious bias can influence hiring decisions, salaries offered, and promotion opportunities. It's deeply ingrained societal stereotypes and assumptions that continue to undervalue women's contributions. Another contributing factor is the unequal division of unpaid care work. Women disproportionately shoulder the burden of childcare, elder care, and household responsibilities. This limits their career advancement opportunities and can lead to them working part-time or taking career breaks, further widening the pay gap. Occupational segregation also plays a role.